Yeah. So I've heard like some people who have a problem with evolution say, well, you can quote like people like Dawkins or like even going back to like Darwin. There's gonna be people that say like if you wind the clock back, you still have this problem of like, well, it could have come out with a completely different outcome. Looking at like how evolution kind of played out and stuff, which seems again to be kind of like antithetical to like what the Bible says. So how would you respond to kind of that? Would it be like the foreknowledge or something else?
Yes, I would respond personally in terms of foreknowledge. And I think the skeptic could say the same thing about history. You could say, well, look, history looks so messy and random. Or the weather, like I said before, the weather looks really messy and random, but we still think that God knows what the weather is. I mean, most Christians say, yeah, that God, at least in some instances, and I would say always knows what the weather is going to be in, 10 days time. Even, 20 days time, 30 days time, even if we have no hope of predicting that, and scientifically it looks completely random, for the God who made the universe and sustains the universe, it's just really not a problem, I would say. So then I would say it's just an open scientific question. To what extent is evolution random in a scientific sense? To what extent does it use kind of stochastic processes, like chancy processes, or processes which have a probabilistic distribution rather than a guaranteed result? And that's an open scientific question, which is still being massively debated in all kinds of technical ways in evolutionary literature. But for a Christian, I don't think it matters either way, because God knows the outcome, and he can use whatever natural processes he wants, is what I would say.
Yeah, no, that's super good. And I like the parallel you drew to history, because I think a lot of people that say something similar to like the objection I tried to raise here, they'd also believe in like free will, which, like if you want to say like, that's going to be a similar thing if you're going to say you have a problem with randomness in like the past of the universe and the sovereignty of God.